Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.
Nobody else there to compare to. Train for war, men of war, and warlike apparel. Prefer our leaders, can't get between us. Watch where you stepping.
Take a light on now. Some light what on I say? Now. Okay. What I say? Okay. What I say? He ready, leave us. Put his garment on. Put his garment on. I put his garment. Go ahead. Go ahead. Put his garment. Hey, what you got in that bag? Come on. You already know what I got on that bag, man. Say less. There you go. There you go. Oh. Are you good? Mm-hmm. Oh, hey, yo, the Passover is right around the corner. Hey, don't forget Officer Kabar's sauce. His hot sauce, you can put it on the lamb.
This the purple group. Right. Right, you know, we're on the camp spot right now, and we know, as you say, this the purple group behind us, right? So, you know, I met a young brother by the name of young brother Dave. This is our, you know, he introduced himself, right? I add on the young part, right? And this brother, you know, came up, you know, to this purple group, seeking assistance, you know, to get something to eat. And the response, what was the response, brother?
It was Sabbath day, and then we'll do the rest on a Sabbath day for the next.
All right. And, you know, when the brother mentioned this to me, it was, you know, it's like, nah, this can't be brotherly. This can't be brotherhood. Because now the scriptures talk about, you know, being there for your brother. And in a time like this, you know, if the brother could just explain and just tell him that how he was in prison for a short time, right? So you could just get a little insight on that. How long he was in the prison school?
8 years, Cara prison.
Right. And you know the brother was in, you know, again, just a little insight. So it's not in details, right? The brother also mentioned, you know, that, you know, he was wounded in a process. Right, you know, like how we say, if you pick up a couple, right, and you know that leave him with you know, with a little disability, and you know, seeing the brother here again for the first time and the interaction with the brother, you know, was genuine in coming out and, you know, just bringing that out, and the aid and the assistance when you meet the Israelite School of Universal and Practical under Commanding General YAHANNA, which is us, right? How did we, you know, attend to aid?
No, immediately, I see that as a priority, so feed me, or do with me one time, make me feel comfortable. So, you know, I appreciate it, and it was good for me on that day because I really need the help and the assistance.
And we also mentioned to you that extra or added assistance will be given to you as well.
Yes, I should.
Right?
Yeah, I appreciate that.
Right? Because now, again, the brother mentioned something to we, right? And again, the assistance will be given to the brother, right? Because Commanding General YAHANNA does feed and clothe and even house his people.
Because nights now I sleep on a bench, and I appreciate all the help from the heart. Because everybody talking, I think nobody helping here. So I want to know they real, I know they real. But they bring the assistance one time.
Right?
So I still thank you for that.
So again, young man Dave, we appreciate the little time that they could have this conversation with us. And again, we out here on the promenade, where we just be at, every Saturday, right? Bringing the reminder to our people again, and bringing the assistance and the aid to our brothers and sisters. And with that, I say shalom.
The Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge under Commanding General YAHANNA, Trinidad and Tobago. Our school is open, calling all the 12 tribes. Join us in all classes, Monday through Friday from 7 to 9 p.m. and Sabbath service on Saturday. We are located at LP number 1, Morris Street, Point 14, Trinidad and Tobago. Feel free to contact us at 868-479-8286 or please email us at I.S.U.P.K Trinidad@gmail.com. Join us and experience that true brotherhood, sisterhood, that love, that compassion you have always been searching for. I.S.U.P.K Trinidad and Tobago. Shalom.
Commanding General YAHANNA here, I.S.U.P.K, the original I.S.U.P.K, 1969, body of Christ. Here's what I want to tell you, man. Now, I want you to think about something for a minute. You've been studying the scriptures. You've been watching us on tape. You've been watching all kinds of camps on tape. And as you've been watching and studying, you realize that it's coming to the point where you got to put this into action. That you need to step out there on the street and handle that work. Now, here's what happens to a ton of brothers. A ton of brothers go out there without coming through the school and learning what they need to learn. And what happens is they run out there and then they run into problems that they don't know about. And they try to get them problems answered online and calling brothers and all that, and it creates a bunch of confusion. And in many cases, it eventually chokes the truth. It look like it ain't gonna choke it now because you feeling strong, your energy's up. Listen to me, man. Listen to me. You understand? I've been doing this 40 plus years. Okay? Ask anybody my name. It's gonna all be bad, which it's supposed to be. All right? Christ said when they speak all manner of evil against you, that's when you know you're doing this work. Do yourself a favor. Come to the I.S.U.P.K first. Learn from the original school first. Even if you think it's too militant or too this, too that, don't let anything block you from getting the pure knowledge first, straight from I.S.U.P.K. I'm saying this out of love because I'm seeing too many brothers fall. They're getting up under cats, they're getting with their clique. Bring your clique here and let your clique handle I.S.U.P.K. Because here's the deal. If your clique ain't strong enough to handle I.S.U.P.K, why would you go out on the street and get swallowed up out there? And if you feel like I.S.U.P.K ain't got it all down, then you should be man enough, you and your crew, to come to us and lay down and break bread and talk about these scriptures. Ain't no harm gonna come to you. Ain't no harm come to a man that disagree with the truth. You ain't trying to harm us, we damn sure ain't trying to harm our own. So come to the I.S.U.P.K, sit down in our classes, learn from us, and then you can make your serious decision on what it is that you're supposed to be. And I guarantee you, you're gonna realize that it was much more than what you saw on that video, man. Much love to all you warriors learning, growing, and getting ready to bust out into this work. I'll see you soon. Shalom, family.
sell you crack. You know why? Because I never saw you before. But you a black man like me. That's right. And it's worth something.
This is Black Watch with Commanding General YAHANNA, the only man to lead blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans.
God made man on this earth. The white man ain't make man. God made man. God wants man to obey him.
Bringing you real news.
You don't need a black man in the White House. You need a black man in every black house.
For many years, there's a lot of black people who didn't realize how deep the racism of white America was.
You ain't gonna do nothing unless you decide where you gonna stand at with the Most High.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe.
Righteous solutions to issues plaguing our nation.
Boy, you better wake up and see the power that is within blacks, Latinos, and Native Indians.
Join us every Monday from 9 to 11 p.m. Black Watch. Let the show begin.
What's going on, fam? Don't say nothing. I got my old school hat on. All right. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Got the heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up. General Hazayan, give it up. You like that angle's good for you? Take another peek at that angle. Go back to Muhammad.
I don't think we can do no better. I think something just broke right here. So.
Oh, okay. We get it together. Okay. Yeah, lock you on that. So, we can maybe switch out with this one, y'all, when we get a chance. Try to get that up. So a big shout out, Slocky High, big shout out to General Hazayan.
Yes, sir. Water, sir. Oh, the water, sir.
Up in the building with us tonight. Big dog, Yediah holding us down. Rolling with Ibad Yard and the Thumb Yard. Somebody done opened up the closet and let Marah out and we keep him chained up in here. We done got out of here tonight. Salaki. I'm joking, of course. The brother worked hard, keep us going, keep us right.
That's
doing
right, sir.
what we doing. I'm trying to get the right angle on it, but we can't. Okay, so fam, first of all, if you're a black woman tonight, this show is going to either change your life or make you hate the truth.
Uh-oh.
So if you think you are too fragile to take some constructive criticism, I strongly suggest that you do not watch tonight's show, because tonight we're going to bring out some heavy hitting points on what's going on with our family, man. We are a family in crisis. Sure can. We're a family in crisis, and despite everything going on with ICE and all that, which is horrific, they're not our biggest problem, believe it or not. Them lowlifes are not our biggest problem, but I'll come back with it as we get further into the show. Fair enough?
Yes, sir.
We'll get it on. Yediah got a lot for us tonight. Hey, but before I go, anybody know when is Purim? What's the date? I didn't even get the date on that. Anybody know the date? Give me the date on Purim, y'all. Just so I can let everybody know it's coming up. Mm-hmm. Make something happen.
March 2nd and March 3rd.
March 2nd and March 3rd is Purim, fam. March 2nd to March 3rd. So everybody get their head on so we can get it on with the Purim, all right? All right. Where we going, Yediah? You got the ball.
Khan, sir. Iran warns it will retaliate if the United States attacks as protesters defy the crackdown.
They talking about going back in Iran. Another battle. You got some footage for us? What you got? Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
There's no sound to this video.
No sound, just the footage. Y'all want to jump in anytime? Give me a second to get this on board.
Kind of one kind of I could. So I believe this video is showing the marches and the protesters in Iran. And of course, Donald Trump, because he is so stupid, he opens his mouth and says he's going to fight everyone. Those cameras stay in front of Donald Trump's face. He threatens every country on the planet Earth. Why? So he can avoid talking about the Epstein files. Don't you ever forget that Donald Trump is in those Epstein files. I don't care if he bombs the moon. Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. And I wonder about that Supreme Court, too, that gives him free range to racially profile and to go into these cities, because that old one, Clarence Thomas, looked like he lives on the Epstein files.
Yikes.
He got such a nasty look of it about him. Like, anybody that loves white women like that has to be a pervert anyway. And I wouldn't be surprised if the reason the Supreme Court backs him up that made racial profiling legal and got rid of affirmative action is because they're on the Epstein list too.
Dang.
Now you're going to find out later on with all of this, with him sending federal agents. I was telling the brothers in class, sir, I remember when I was in my 20s, before COVID, the thought of federal troops being on the streets of America was a science fiction idea. It was something like from science fiction.
Yeah,
it was like from zombies have taken over. You get my point?
Yeah,
like,
the zombie apocalypse.
yeah, if the zombie apocalypse happened, you'd see soldiers on the streets of American cities. It was that far-fetched to where, remember when COVID happened and in New York, 9/11, when 9/11 happened and they just had soldiers at the bus stop, it was like, what is this country coming to?
Right.
You remember that? It was
I
like,
remember that.
there's soldiers at Times Square with AR-15s. It was like, what is this country coming to? And they were standing outside. Now there are soldiers. So Fox News today, so right before I came here, gave a list of the people that they've arrested. They arrested a child molester from Mexico. They arrested a bank robber from Somalia. They arrested this other Chinese person who did bad checks. Are you telling me that the federal agents, the Navy SEALs, are fighting street crime? Like they're on the streets of Minnesota finding what? Child molesters and bank robbers? Yeah. That would have been a dystopian story 20 years ago about zombies and
5 years ago.
5 years ago. 5 years ago. Now it's happening. Why? Because you are not talking about the Epstein list. Donald Trump is on that list. He's on those videos. This week also, sir, he said that the Donald on the Epstein list is a whole different Donald.
Good night.
That ain't him, sir. You think it's him because it's Donald, but it's a whole nother Donald on that Epstein list. And he will blow up the moon if it gets people to stop talking about the Epstein list. So now he's going to invade Iran. He's going to invade Mexico. He's going to invade Minnesota. He's already invaded Minnesota. He's going to go back and invade Los Angeles, invade every country on the planet Earth, because he would rather that you discuss that than the fact that he is a pedophile. Salaki, sir.
Yadai, if you can, find me the video of Alex Jones saying, so what if Donald Trump blew a rod? Said that they might have had a video. I mean, that Putin had a video of him blowing a rod.
Yeah.
And Alex Jones said, so what?
Yes, he did.
If he blow a rod. Like they want it to come out. And Trump is trying to make sure that he holds it back, that it never come out. He said he'll declare martial law.
Yes.
Rather than let that Epstein file hit the deck. You know what I mean? They probably they most honest out of all the, if you could call them honest, was that old Bongino. Bongino was he's the only stand-up cat. Because when it came out, when she hit the Epstein file, he the only one got shook. Like he knew this ain't why he came here. You know what I mean? He's the only one that was like, I came here to clean the swamp, like he said. Found out that I jumped in the swamp. Found out he fell in the damn swamp. Yeah.
No, about what Commander Julian Hanna is saying is so true. And I wonder, and the Alex Jones thing is a perfect example, sir, because okay, people look at Donald Trump and think he's the most powerful president since blah blah blah. He has the biggest base, but they never discuss why he has such a big base. That Alex Jones said he doesn't care if he's on the list. He doesn't care if he's sucking a man's penis and there's a video of it. He does not care. Now, I've been waiting for a white man to tell me, why don't you? Like, why is it that you don't care that he's rich and from New York? He's not from Mississippi.
Right.
He don't come from a poor Appalachian family.
He ain't from Austin,
Oh,
Texas.
he's not from Texas, sir. Not at all. He's from Queens, New York.
Yep.
And he grew up rich. He's a real estate hustler. He is not from where you went from. He went to college. He's not some high school football player.
He's a draft dodger, man.
And he's a draft dodger. And I would love for someone to say, why did you like him when he is nothing like you? He is nothing like you. You liked him because he's a racist.
That's it.
That is it.
Let's be real.
And otherwise, why would you say, I don't even care if he's sucking penises on video? That is how important violence and racial violence is to white people.
Yep.
They don't care if you're gay.
That's how much they hate us.
Thank you.
And we don't see it.
That's it. Like, everything else is irrelevant. Everything else. You suck the penis, no problem. The Russians have a video of you, no problem. You're a pedophile, no problem. I'm a Christian, but you have been married 3 times and you go see prostitutes. No problem. You hate Hispanics, good enough for me. And that's all that matters to him. And that's because he knows that's all that matters to his constituents.
Yeah.
That's all that matters to his base. And something else Donald Trump understands about white people that men like Jimmy Carter did not understand. You know, sir, the United States has only not been in war for 4 years since it was created in 1776. 4 years.
And that was under Jimmy
Carter. That was during Jimmy Carter's 4 years. It is the only America has been at war with somebody from the signing of the Constitution, with Great Britain, with the French and the Indians, with Great Britain again, with the French again, with this country, with that country, with the Germans. They have been in constant war for 200 years, except for 4 years. Jimmy Carter is the only president that attacked no one. And he is known as the weakest president in American history because Jimmy Carter did not understand white people. White people love violence, and racial violence is their most delicious treat. Racial violence, and Donald Trump gives it to him. So he's going to go kill those Arabs, get rid of those Somalians down there in Minnesota. He's going to do something to other people, which is going to make white people say, I don't care if you're on the Epstein list. I don't care if you're blowing a penis on the Epstein list. You're killing Mexicans. Good enough for me.
I'll get a third term for you.
Shalom.
They don't care about them broads on the Epstein file.
Please.
All that. You know, nobody was more loyal than Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Oh,
nobody was more loyal until this nonsense came out. Let's hear Alex Jones. Let's hear what Alex got to say.
Video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose. No video of President Trump sucking a ding dong. And so what if there was? That's a lot better than World War III, Owen. I never sucked any ding dongs. But I'll tell you, if they were going to blackmail me to start World War III about one, I'd say, hey, I sucked a golf ball through a freaking garden hose. No video.
Can I say one thing, sir? First of all, Alex Jones sucked one of them ding dongs. He sucked the ding-a-lang. That's the old school name. Do you know, sir, when the brother can look this up. The Republican National Convention. It was this
like they unraveling something ridiculous.
When the Republican National Convention came, your dad can look this up. The website Grindr, so that's a website for the homosexual man.
Yes.
And the owner of the site said, whenever there is a Republican National Convention site. The site crashes in that city because all of those gay Republicans who claim to be family men are all having sex with men. All of those Navy SEALs, they all suck ding-dongs. All of those Delta Force, all of them, they suck ding-dongs. And Donald Trump is going to suck ding-dong and start World War III and do them all.
And you know what? If I could, it's funny you say that, right? Because, you know, I watched last night, I'm up late doing some work, and I turned on Netflix, and you know what came up? The movie Lone Survivor.
Here we go.
You know what I mean? About the Navy SEALs when they went in Afghanistan. And I'm watching the movie. I never noticed this before, and I don't know why, which is what worried me the most. That, like, what brainwashing they got on us. And all of a sudden, they had a scene where a young soldier was trying to get in the group, and they all came and got in some chairs and made him dance like a woman. It was a whole sodomite scene. I know y'all saw it out there. And I said, what the hell is this? Why did they feel that they needed to put that in the movie? When this is a war movie, this is a battle movie. But they made sure, and it was a long scene.
I remember.
That they put, and then after he finished dancing, they made him sing. And it was like, what kind of homosexual nonsense are they into? And then it dawned on me, like, they put it in here because this is what they be doing.
Yeah.
Which is so Roman. Is so classic Roman to operate in that kind of a manner, man. So it was crazy. Go ahead, Slug.
So that's in a ton of those movies. Where they, you know, sit on his chest.
Yeah.
Put their penis in his mouth is in every fraternity. Yeah. The white man's sexual preference is violence.
Yes.
It is not male or female or gay or straight. It's violent, which is why he needs to do it to the children, because children you can hurt.
Sexual violence.
The sexual violence, that's his preference. And that's really why they prefer children, because they cry. Straight up and down. Because this little boy is going to cry. This little girl is going to cry. She's going to get hurt. And they don't like to have sex with a woman because she can take it.
Exactly.
Because she won't be crying. She won't be screaming. It's in every movie. It's in everything. You've seen 1,000 times. And most people don't know it's sexual. You ever see somebody in a movie, they'll pull a gun out and they're threatening somebody and they'll say, open your mouth.
Yes.
Open your mouth. And the guy will go, and they'll stick the gun in his mouth. Now you better shut up, or you better do what I say. That is sexual.
That is.
That's a sexual thing.
Damn.
Get down on your knees. Get on your knees. Like that. And they put it in front of him with the guy on his knees. That is sexual. The white man his violence is his sexual preference.
That's great.
And he really can't come to orgasm without that.
Damn.
And he doesn't, it does nothing for him. You get my point? It's like boring.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean anything. It needs to hurt somebody.
Wow.
Or else he doesn't care. There was a woman, that's a disorders too, sir. I studied under you back in the day. It was the first woman that received the death penalty. The first woman. And they were talking to her on why she killed all these men. She was a truck stop woman, prostitute.
Yeah.
And she would kill
not the Warmouth.
I don't know. I don't remember her name. Ahead. But she would kill truckers.
The
same way truckers would kill prostitutes.
Right.
She'd be a prostitute and just kill these truckers. And she would say it's because she could not come to orgasm without it. Like she had to kill them. And that is what brought her to orgasm. And that is in a lot of white people. So even this whole war fetish, this whole get him. Like even when that white man shot that white woman in Minnesota.
Yeah.
And when he shot her, murdered her, he said, fucking bitch. I heard the video and you could hear the excitement.
Wow.
Like meaning it ain't just, I'm trying to save my life.
Right.
She's attacking me, which she was not. She was not killing him at all. He was not in danger at all. It's the fucking bitch. You get my point? Like that.
The rapist, sociopathic demon.
Yeah. It's why they joined the white man's military. Yeah. It's why they became cops. It's why they joined the Proud Boys. Something else that came out this week that you said, I wanted to remember the tape today. Remember, this was like 2 years ago, or when Donald Trump first became president. and you said that these ICE agents are the Proud Boys. I remember that specifically. That came out on the news today.
Damn.
That somebody was saying, where are the Proud Boys in the Oath Keepers Act? You never hear about them anymore. It's because that is who they have deputized. The Proud Boys and the Oath Keepers, that is who is behind those masks, which is why they got to wear masks. Damn. Because these people dragging Mexicans, the chosen people of God, out of cars, are people who were pardoned on January 6th.
Damn.
And they're receiving money and getting paid, and now they work for Donald Trump. So like you said.
Woo, that was that. Give it up. All right, come on, you died. Where we going?
Good, sir. Back Girl Muhammad up on that last
Yeah,
story.
come.
This was during the time of Charlie Kirk's memorial. It said grinder outage during Charlie Kirk's memorial sparks frenzy. So
Damn.
Gay site grinder when Charlie Kirk was unalive.
Yeah.
Grinder went off because everybody from MAGA was in Phoenix at the time.
Damn.
Nasty.
Charlie Kirk got killed. All of them wanted somebody's butt.
That's it. Ding-a-ling.
Right. Like that is a real bugged out mindset, man. Like they are not like us. Oh, please. Like, we are different people than they are. For them to do that. Woo.
And what killed me, sir, is that they're so faux masculine. That just bothers me. Meaning white men are looked at like they're the family men. You get my point? Like we blacks and Latinos, we don't love our families.
Right.
We don't stay with our families. But the white man, he's a family man. He gets up and goes to work every day and takes care of his family. He stays with his family. That family man sucks ding-a-ling. That's what he's doing. He stays with that wife as a beard. As white man needs, as a cover. Just like that story you did, that preacher that had that, I wasn't here. I watched a class you did on the line. That preacher that had his wife just like a whore out in class,
Jamal Bryant.
Jamal Bryant. Listen, that Jamal Bryant, that's white men doing that.
That's right.
Jamal Bryant, that woman walks out looking like a whore because that woman is not getting sex.
That's right.
You understand? She's
the beard.
She's the beard. She's not getting sex from him. Right. She is out trying to feel sexual because he doesn't touch her or look at her. So she's on the stroll.
Wow.
She walks out in the public showing her naked body because she needs to have sex.
Dang.
Because he doesn't touch her or look at her because Jamal Bryant is a homosexual. Yeah. Obviously, Eddie Long paid for him to go to college. Eddie Long paid $245,000 to put him in the Morehouse. Another homosexual got him in Morehouse with a GED.
Dang.
Jamal Bryant had a GED and got him to the best black college on the planet Earth with a GED. You understand? Which is, I didn't even know you could do that.
Right.
He did it. He said he was one of the only, he said, matter of fact, Jamal Bryant's words, I was the first person ever to get into Morehouse with a GED because some other man got him into Morehouse. Yeah. Jamal Bryant, Eddie Long paid for his college education. Yeah, his wife is dressed like a hoe to get some attention.
Right.
Like to get someone to touch her.
Right.
She crammed herself in them Spanx.
Because she in the soup of all these gay men.
Listen, she would like to be looked at and desired by somebody. Her husband's gay.
Right.
And she's his beard. Like, he needs this. He needs her to walk around and be on his arm. You know Eddie Long had a wife too.
Yes, he did.
They all had wives. What's his name? Elton John had a wife in the 70s.
Yes,
they all have wives.
That's right.
They all have some woman that they put on their arm. These Navy SEALs and Trump supporters are gay.
Yikes.
They're breaking down the Grindr website.
Good night.
They're homosexual men searching for ding-a-ling. They join the military because there's so much ding-a-ling in the Navy.
Damn.
There's so much ding-a-ling in the Army, and all with the shirts off and the Top Gun racing and the Top Gun shirtless volleyball.
Right.
They get turned on by those military commercials and they join the military chasing ding-a-ling and they find it in there. Those women they don't want them. They don't want those women. They're all gay men. But we got to be looked at like we're not real men.
Right.
Like we're not family men. Black and Latino men are the only real men.
That's it.
So like you, sir.
Yeah, right. Give it up.
You want to add more of your diet, or are we going to the next? Come on with it.
Come on, concert. Video emerges of Minneapolis shooting filmed by ICE agent who opened fire.
We got that tape?
Come on, concert.
So they protesting all over now behind this one. Going crazy around the country behind this one.
Come on. This is a video filmed by the U.S. immigration agent who fatally shot a woman in Minneapolis on Wednesday has emerged, showing the moments before the gunfire rang out.
Say again?
This ad is playing for a couple seconds for the video play.
I'm sorry.
No, I was just saying the ad.
He's playing the commercial.
Oh, okay.
It's not even up on the screen online.
I got you. Before we bring it up. Yeah. And listen, somebody, let me know if this is real or not. I saw somebody online read the actual law that stated that he was not supposed to engage a vehicle for any reason.
That's right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm paraphrasing a little bit, but that the whole thing was based on that. And now people done had enough of them, man. They like Donald Trump is just making a mess of America to make himself rich and to be the racist. Like, that's why you got to have a government that's structured. Like, if you don't have Christ, you better get a government that's structured, not a government based on how some white man feels. Lord have mercy. And listen, they said white men have got a bad deal. White men is being marginalized in America. Now we see why. You got to be, because if you don't do something about them, this is what the hell they'll do.
Right.
They'll kill everybody, take over everything, steal everything that everybody got, abuse and harm everybody on the damn planet, man. Go ahead, get down.
Oh, okay.
Now, my question is this. Where did the shot get fired from? That's what I want to know.
So on the video, I have a few videos that could show it to you.
If we got because that's not a good angle.
No, it's not.
Because is it the guy on the side that fired on him, or the guy in the front of the
He was in the front on the side.
Okay, go forward with me and stop me when you see him before the shot. Okay. Before the shot. Go ahead and play it before the shot. Now tell me where you see him. Can you? Is that him holding the car? No, that's him on the other side.
Yeah, you go right up.
Okay, so he is in front of the vehicle.
Mm-hmm.
Now he wasn't supposed to approach that vehicle in front of that vehicle.
That's correct. That's illegal.
But he did.
And so then he's going to turn when she's turning her wheel to leave. He shoots her from the side when she turns her wheel.
Play it from that point if you could, you die.
Was in this incident.
Now, where is he?
Preliminary.
That's crazy, Al.
Right here, sir.
This is him here.
Come.
So back me up.
Come.
Back me up. Now, right there.
Come.
Did he shoot yet? Okay, that's not him approaching. That's him on the other side. Boom, boom. Now where is he at?
Right there.
And he shoots her, then steps out of the way.
Come.
What a murderer. What a murderer. Like, these cats is super over-aggressive. Over-aggressive. And listen, and they've been this way with us for years. Like, black people wouldn't, most of the time, black people wouldn't even consider pulling off while the cop is standing next to your car, because they just would assume that he's going to shoot in the car and kill him. White people is not used to this kind of mishandling. We are far more used to it than they are, unfortunately. So we would know not to pull off, because if you pull off towards this cop, they may all start shooting, which has happened a gazillion times in America. But she didn't know no better and pulled off, and that was that. And they just a bunch of murderers, man. Y'all want to add anything?
I have someone, this ex-CIA agent that had the video. I sent it to your diet just now.
Okay.
And what you're saying, sir, is so true, in that because she's white And because a lot of these protesters are white, they're going to get killed because our oppressor is going to kill them. And here's the sad truth of it all. Because they get killed, something might change.
Yeah.
That's the sad truth of it.
Not when we was getting killed for all that time.
If this woman was black or Latino, if she was Latino, it would have just been like, this is some immigrant that shouldn't have been in this country anyway. Yeah. It wouldn't have mattered if he murdered her or not, because she shouldn't be here anyway. The only way for things to change is if the things that happen to us happen to them. I don't think that's even debatable.
You're right.
I think that the minute that white people got addicted to drugs, then drug addiction became a illness. And we have to help them and support them. I think when black people were drug addicts, they threw you in prison.
Yep.
But when white people became drug addicts, now we have to stop the drugs from coming in here.
Right.
It's an illness. We have to give them kindness.
All of a sudden.
When black people were on drugs, the government brought the drugs in.
Yep.
But now that white people are getting high, they have the illness of drug addiction. If you want drug addiction to end, white people got to become drug addicts. Yep. If you want prisons to get better, that's another thing, sir. The minute white people started to go to prison, you know what happened? These prisons we need prison reform because these prisons are just terrible. Remember that white man from that reality show? He went to jail. I forget his name, some half a homo. He was a reality show contestant. He went to jail and he came out and he said the conditions are deplorable. You know what Donald Trump says? We need to do something about the conditions in jail. The conditions are just terrible. If white people go to jail, they will fix prisons. If white people become drug addicts, they will help with drug addiction. If white people become alcoholics, they will find ways to help alcoholics. If white people get shot by the cops, they will reform police tactics. They're going to do it. It's really the only answer to it.
That's right.
The only answer is that what happens to us has to happen to them. That's the only hope we have.
Yeah.
Salakia.
Because they will never leave us alone.
Please.
They will never, ever, ever. They will constantly attempt to put us in a position to harm us and to do evil towards us in every single way they possibly can. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Give it up.
He has the video, sir. If you want to check it out.
Yeah, please. Let's play the video.
Go ahead.
The standard operating procedure, and I don't care.
No, I mean,
one of our. If he had the standard operating procedure, and I don't care if you're with ICE or Secret Service or FBI or CIA or whatever, when you open fire on someone and you kill them, the investigation starts there. You know, they actually told us in training, God forbid you have to draw your weapon and shoot someone, but if you do, the magic words are, I was in fear for my life.
Yep. But you know, your body's not going to win a fight with a 3,000 or 10,000 pound vehicle.
The bullet hole in the windshield is at the very bottom left of the windshield, right? Bottom in the corner by the driver's seat. But the angle is such that the shooter, the ICE agent, was on the side of the car, not in front of the car. So this notion that she was trying to run him over, it's complete bullshit. If he had, the standard
that's a CIA agent, ex-CIA agent right there. It's like she didn't get shot in the face from the front.
Right. He didn't hit her head.
No.
He was out the way.
He was out the way of the car.
And still fired.
And shot her. He could have just walked. He could have just turned. He could have just done nothing.
Yeah.
Because she was leaving him. But he saw the opportunity to kill the fucking bitch. And he took it because it was too delicious to pass it up.
Yeah.
You know, I'm sorry, sir. When that cat made a comment about how he was training what they were supposed to say, that is true. I'm gonna tell you right now, it's true. I did it and heard it. I know what exactly to say if I had a shooting incident while I was on duty. That what he said was actually true, and was actually true. You are not supposed to stand in front of a car on a car stop. Like with that, that's what I mean. Like it's records out here that they put people out there on them streets that don't have the proper training. They just rushing people out there. They get them out there. They can have a whole lot of ICE agents. And the government knows that these people they putting out there haven't had the proper training to go out there. They cut the weeks down from I'm gonna say like maybe about 10 or 12, like about 8 to get them out on the street with records and the whole 9. This cat, if he'd been a law enforcement officer for a long time, I don't know where he worked at, but he got poor judgment skills and poor tactical skills
You don't stand in front of a car. That's the most dumbest thing on the earth. You understand? And you ain't supposed to stand in front of the car.
Unless
you want to go and kill somebody.
Then you do stand in front of the car, right?
Yeah.
Then you stand right there.
Yeah.
So that you can say, I was defending myself. She was going to run me over. Otherwise, why would you stand in front of a car?
They teach cops to blade their body when you approach somebody. You got to blade your body off to the side. You know what I mean? Not stand straight up in front of somebody. You blade the body and keep your gun away so you can grab the fire if you need it, right? Why did he stand directly in front of the goddamn car and then slide to the side, keep on shooting? When from what I saw, they could see in the vehicle, it's one lady. What threat is one person? What threat is one person? A female lady. If she tried to hit the car, step to the side, bang, you out of the way. Why you got to pull a gun and shoot? Let me tell you something. I work with a lot of cats. I know a lot of cats I didn't want to go to the street with or work out on the street because I knew I knew they couldn't really protect themselves, and the first thing they would go to was their firearm, so I would not want to work with them. You understand? I knew exactly what they was, and that was him. That's him. The first thing he wanted to go to was his firearm and pull that and shoot that woman like the way he did. It made no sense whatsoever. None whatsoever. Everybody talk about something that you know, that you can't criticize them and you don't know what it is to be on the streets. What? Man, I don't want to hear that shit. I was on them streets, and what he did was totally wrong. Period. There ain't no question about it. Ain't no question about it. But the problem is, these cats ain't really certified law enforcement officers. These cats are criminals. These cats are the Proud Boys in uniform. Shalaka, sir.
Sir, can I say one thing? That you going to say something, sir?
Go ahead.
And this is what Haas is going to drive me crazy, and I don't understand it because I don't see it anywhere else in life. For the life of me, why is every American citizen supposed to be willing to die so a cop can live? I don't understand that because that doesn't happen anywhere else. No one would ever tell a fireman, you say, well, my mother is trapped in the building is burning down. You expect the fireman to go in there. You think that's the whole purpose of him, that he's a fireman. No fireman will say, why didn't you go rescue the woman? Well, the building was on fire. Why didn't you go into 9/11? They expected firemen to go in to the World Trade Center. No fireman was able to say, well, I got to first make sure I go home. I got to make sure to protect myself, so I cannot go into the World Trade Center. Firemen are expected to go into the World Trade Center, but a cop, all of us have to die so this cop can go home. Yeah. If a cop thinks that this person might be trying to run me over, but they might not be, the cop is supposed to put his life in danger. He's supposed to say, maybe she's going to run me over, but I'm not going to shoot her because maybe she's not. He's the one that's supposed to die if someone has to die. But somehow in America, and I don't understand it, all of us think, well, he's a cop, so he should shoot first. He should just kill everyone because they might have a gun. You know how many years I had to hear that shit? Why'd you kill him? He could have had a gun. He might have had a gun. You're supposed to get shot. Right. You're supposed to say he might have a gun, but I'm not shooting him because I'm the cop. I'm the one with all the effing training, all the damn police forcing, all the guns, all the radios, all the paycheck. If someone has to die in this exchange, it has to be the cop. It can't be the citizen, or else why in the hell are firemen going in these buildings? What are you even doing? Why does a fireman have to go into a burning building? Couldn't he just say, hey, I can't go up in there. I got to make sure that I go home. Your grandmother's in there burning. Listen, I can't go in that building because I can't put my life in danger. Why is it a cop is the only one that can never be in danger? So he has to just shoot everybody. She might have hit him. He might have had a gun. This person had a bulge in their pocket. So he gets to kill everybody and never get in danger. Listen carefully. If you're a cop, you're supposed to die to make sure that the citizens don't. That is the whole effing job. You're supposed to be the one that you die. Yeah. You're supposed to say, well, he might have had a gun, but I didn't want to shoot him because I wasn't sure, so I got shot. And then they put your fucking picture on the wall, and everybody goes salutes it, and everybody goes, he's a hero, and you're dead. And that is how it's supposed to be. Or else why are we honoring these cats so much? What is up with all the flags and the waving and the singing and the songs for somebody that will never put their life in danger?
Right.
Ever for anyone else? You're supposed to die if you're a cop. That's the job. You don't kill someone else's child. You kill children because they had a toy gun. A toy gun. You kill a child and then say, hey, it could have been real. Yes, it could have been real. And if it was real, you're supposed to get shot by that 9-year-old. That's what's supposed to happen. But you're not supposed to just kill all the children to make sure you go home. You're supposed to not go home. And the 9-year-old is supposed to go home. That's supposed to be the job. Salaki, sir.
Otherwise, what good is the training? Why get trained like if all you got to do is kill anytime you think something might be a danger? You just kill everybody. So then why train me? Anybody can do that. The training is supposed to be for you to have the right judgment on what it is you should and should not do. And obviously, the judgment for them is only to survive. And let me tell you what's so evil about it. What's so evil about it is because what you bring it out is exactly what a soldier in war is supposed to do, which shows you that they train our police officers to be soldiers at war with us, but to not be soldiers at war with white people. That's why they don't do the same thing when it comes to white people. One other note, if I could add, about this guy. It was brought out on one of the news stations that he was already in an incident with a vehicle.
Yes, he was.
And they said that because of he's been in that incident with a vehicle, the lawsuit is going to be huge against him and against ICE, simply because him killing her might have also been based on some PTSD from the previous incident. The person ran his foot over, and they put him right back out on the street, and he got back in front of another car once again because why? He wanted revenge. That's why he said fucking bitch, because he wanted revenge on her for what happened to him in the last thing. I mean, so, just a vile ass cat. And he felt humiliated by that. And that's another thing too. Like, you ICE agents, you're gonna lose your mind because you don't like to be humiliated. White men don't like to be humiliated. And once they give you that uniform, you believe that you're supposed to have a certain amount of respect and dignity when you have none for nobody else. And people are going to, especially white people are going to challenge that authority. Yeah. And when they challenge that authority, you are going to be so humiliated, so belittled that you are not even going to believe it. And even if Donald Trump declares martial law, it still will not be enough to stop anything. He'll just destroy the country so the Epstein files don't get brought out. He'll just make it damn worse out here. You know what I mean? Also, too, Fiery Furnace Finish said, I want everyone to take note on how much uproar has came from one white woman. Good point. Right. The entire world started marching. How the hell they just now seeing the injustice? That's a great point. They've been snatching babies, you know what I'm saying, ripping families apart. Remember that guy in the hallway knocked that Latino woman down with her babies? Oh, yeah. Like, they've been doing vile, horrible things, you understand, and no response. Now that the white woman got killed, you know what I mean, now everybody wants to use her for the rallying cry. It's a lot more than just her, man. I yield. So,
if I could. Okay. Even his past incident where he got dragged by the car, all right? That was his fault. Let me tell you why it was his fault. Because he tried to reach into a moving car, which is tactically unwise.
Yeah.
The person couldn't get out of the car. So what did he do? Mr. Bravado, I'm tough. I'm Mr. Police Officer. You gotta listen to me. He reached in the car to try to get the car to turn off, and the person take off. That was tactically unsound. Why would you do that? It makes no sense to do that. You put yourself in danger, your fellow officers in danger, and the person in the car, you put them in danger because of your impulsive actions.
Really, your feminine emotional response.
Yeah, come on, my cousin. That's what it was. When you get dragged by cars because you are trying to get into the goddamn car, which is why they drag you, you know where that come from? That should come from Hollywood. That comes from saying
right.
that shit comes from Hollywood and stuff they do them stunts and Will Smith slide across the car to get people. That's where that comes from. Because you ain't supposed to do that on the streets. And they teach you against it. Like, listen, when I went to the police academy, I had all these books on the law that I had to study. And the things they doing was against everything I learned. Especially reaching in somebody's car.
And that was the point of you learning it. You learning it so you don't have to shoot nobody in the car. And that's the point, right? They said, look, here's a training video. If you step in front of the car, you're going to have to fire your gun. So never step in front of the car.
And don't reach your hand in somebody's car neither.
And don't reach in somebody's car so you don't get snagged and then dragged down the street. Like you said, if you get shot because of that, it's because you really wanted to shoot somebody or you wanted to get inside the car regardless of the rules.
And
that's heavy, Haas.
Haas is saying it's so true. And do you understand that means, Haas, that a 16-year-old boy who's a lifeguard puts his life at more risk than these ICE agents and these cops? Because a 16-year-old boy at Atlantic City has to swim out there and rescue someone that's drowning when, of course, in doing so, he could drown. He could drown. But he's expected to go out there in the middle of the ocean. Why? Because he's been trained. And so he's expected to go swim out there and drag this person back to shore when he ain't no fish. He don't breathe water. He could die. Those lifeguards could die. But a lifeguard is expected to risk his life more than an ICE agent and a cop. A cop is like, he never is going to risk. These cops are supposed to get shot in the line of duty, and they should be celebrated and and they should sing a song about it. But they shouldn't get to kill all of us to make sure that they don't die, because who in the hell else can do it? A lifeguard could. Why can't a lifeguard say, oh, no, they too far out. I ain't swimming out there. They flinging their arms. No, I got to make sure I go home to my family. I'm not going to swim out there and say, you would fire that lifeguard. A cop keeps his job by saying, oh, yeah, I shot that boy because he could have had a gun. I got to go home to my family. I shot that woman in the car because she could have hit me with the car. Cops are supposed to die in the line of duty. Otherwise, what in the hell is this all about then? Then why do they got to be so celebrated if really they never risk their lives? They just take our life. So like you said.
Right.
And it's something that's pushed. It's pushed to really be the person to, you're ready to pull that trigger. It's pushed. It ain't pushed to take a pause and not be quick to pull your firearm and pull the trigger. It's pushed to, listen, you got to pull that trigger on these cats. I stop playing with them. You understand what I'm saying? I know that time when it was a shootout. I mean, after that I called you, gentlemen, they said I was so damn pissed off. It was like crazy. All these shots and different things, but they're like, did you discharge your weapon? I said, no, because I didn't have a target in front of me. And I didn't see nobody with a gun, so why would you shoot blindly? And cats telling me, man, you got to stop playing, man. You got to stop pulling the trigger, man. Pull the trigger. Nah, for what? Like, if I don't see a threat, I'm not going to pull my trigger. And I had enough common sense to know, once you pull that trigger and you see it was wrong, you can't say, oh, mistake. You can't bring the bullet back.
Hell no.
When the bullet go, it's gone. So what I did was I always erred on the side of caution.
That's it.
Before I even thought about doing that then. You understand? Most of these cats don't do it. And most of these cats, sad to say, most of these cats, a lot of them, I want to say 95% are cowards. And they hide behind a badge and a gun to make them feel tough. I experienced a lot of it. Working. Experienced a lot of it. You understand? Just the fact that they got the badge and the gun. And they on a power trip, you got to obey me. Which is ridiculous. Which is why that girl got shot. All that was a power trip. It wasn't because she broke some law. What law did she break? She didn't break a law. It's a power trip. I'm an ICE agent, and you got to stop for me. And she like, man, I'm getting out of here. Are you on stop? Bitch, blah, 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 blah. That's what happened. It's a power trip. And they on power trips. That's all this. This is what it is. When they doing some injustice to somebody, it ain't because they did something totally wrong. Like you said, Gentleman Hyman, You can talk to them and you can outword them and speak to them and show them they're doing wrong, and they can't take it. It's a power trip. They get emotional, get upset. Ah, you listen to me? Come here, I'm gonna lock you up. That's all they do. That's what's going on. It's a power trip.
If I could can I say one thing?
Yes, sir.
And let me tell you, sir, when I read that precept, I read this precept yesterday about how when Cornelius, who was a centurion, came to Peter, and Peter said, "It is not right that me being a Jew could have company with someone like you." Whenever I read that precept, I understand that more now. And that these ICE agents, they got families and they have neighborhoods, and I cannot understand why anyone would ever be seen with one of them in private. Like, these ICE agents should be ostracized the way that they would not sit with Cornelius. Like the way they wouldn't sit with a publican. Those scriptures where a man said, "I'm a publican." And they go, "Oh, you can't ever come in here. You can't ever be around us." As I imagine, who is this ICE agent? Who are his cousins? This is a Hispanic man who's an ICE agent. His cousins should not talk to him. He should be completely ostracized. Under your leadership, sir, I have a hard time letting them come into school. That'd be your call, of course, not mine. But the ICE agent say he want to repent. Listen, I don't know. I'm talking to you about it. I don't know if I can stomach ICE agent saying, "Well, I'm changed. You changed." I don't know. Because you could feel like when I watch them, I go, "How do you ever go around him?" Meaning, he got a home life. He take off his mask and he want to go to the barbecue, the quinceañera of his niece, and he goes around his family. You telling me it's somebody that sits around him? They let him come in the door of a church? Woo! That'd be too much for me. I couldn't handle knowing him or being his friend or eating with him or letting him date my cousin or date my sister. I couldn't be around someone that was an ICE agent ever.
Right. And
when I see those precepts, when they did not want to be around them Roman, you know what I'm talking about.
Centurions, they didn't want to be around.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah.
When I read it now, it go, "Oh, I get it. I get the whole visceral. I don't want you to ever come around me.
Right.
I don't want you to ever talk to me. Don't speak to me. Don't come in my house. You were an ICE agent." That I get.
Right. And remember now, Cornelius was a brother.
Yes, he was.
And Israel still was like, we don't want him around us at all. So that's a heavy point.
And these ICE agents are brothers. These Hispanics.
Some of them is right. These are Latino brothers.
And imagine now this Latino who's an ICE agent, he show up to your house, want to date your daughter, want to date your niece. You should get away from here. You should get off of my step, away from this building. Don't come into this house. Don't come eat in here. Listen, don't come talk to me. Nothing.
If I could,
please.
There's a ton of videos, coming out where blacks and Latinos are stopping them from eating in their restaurant. They throwing them out there. Y'all seen them, right? One Jake was in front of the door saying, "Man, you ain't coming in here. You ain't coming in here for nothing. You're a bunch of murderers. Y'all get the hell out of here." And others are Latino. Little old Latino sister was like, "Get the hell out my restaurant. We don't want nothing to do with you. Get the hell." So they being ostracized from the rest of society. And it's looking real, real, real bad. You know what I mean? So, you know what I mean?
Yeah. And can I say one more thing? I'm going to bring one more thing out.
Y'all only want to talk about ICE.
I'm done with it.
It's going to be an ICE. You see the passion going up instead of down. They're supposed to be coming down.
I know.
The passion going up. They want to start a bonfire. Kill
him. That's it. I'm done.
Secret Service in my door tomorrow.
Hold up now.
You know you fucked up now, right? Like they like to do.
But I sit back and I watch them with their masks. There's a lot of controversy about the masks, right? And I go to speak from prior experience. The only reason you wore a mask is when you was doing a raid or a warrant, and they didn't want your face being known because how close you were to the person you're locking up. Which is so crazy because a lot of these cats are people doing the same, doing this evil stuff, doing this that's unjust. That's not right. So you hide in your face. They do that in law enforcement because you don't want nobody to know. You were just sitting here with this cat 20 minutes ago. And now here come the SWAT team knocking down your door. You pointing out who's who, where everything is at. Now, because you was part of them 1 minute ago. Same thing with these cats. These cats here are our own people doing the evil to us here, and you don't want nobody to know. That's why they wearing a mask. They can't get out of it. They wearing a mask for a reason. And also, to a lot of them cats wearing a mask, like you said, are Proud Boys.
And you dumb as hell if you think that somebody is not going to get in that database.
Yeah.
And you is a dumbass if you think that. Yeah. They're going to get in the database. They're going to know where you live. They're going to get your picture. They're going to have your whole records. When all this shit is over with, they're going to have all your records behind every, and you're going to have to account for every incident. The lawsuits is going to be insane. The lawyers is just sitting back watching tapes like, oh shit, check that out. They just sitting up there watching, ready to just do you the hell in, like you said, because you sitting up there thinking the mask is going to protect you when they get in that database.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's going to be a mess. And the cost on the United States government for allowing you to do this without any credentials is even worse. Like this some gulag shit. This some Russian gulag type shit. You know what I mean? These is renditions, man. Kidnapping. And where's the accountability for all the people that they take? Where the hell are they? Nobody even nobody even knows. So this is definitely some end time stuff, man.
Yes,
so can I go on?
Yes, I'm done, General. The water, sir. The water, General.
I'm gonna cut in on you with this one, all right? On another take, this is what I wanted to bring out. I made a statement on Facebook where I said that the black woman is the biggest recruiter of gang members in America. Black and Latino women are the biggest recruiters. And a lot of people didn't understand why I made that statement. So I went and looked it up, the statistics, so that I can really give you some clear understanding. Check this out. Youth gang members were disproportionately male, Black, and Hispanic from single parent households and families living below the poverty level. We estimated that there was 1,059,000 gang members in the United States, bounds ranging from 675,000 to 1.5 million. This is how much gang members we recruiting in this country are. The prevalence of youth gang members was 2%, peaking at age 14, at 5% annually, which comes up to 401,000 juvenile gang members recruited in the United States every year from these single family homes. If you're a black woman and you getting rid of a black man because you want to be a whore or be with another man or some evil, disgusting thing like that, you're a fool. First of all, if you're a black woman and you have a child that's a son, if you don't want your son to die young, you better keep that brother in the house. Right. You better keep him in the house, because without him in that house, man, you're going to mess around and almost guarantee him to become a gangbanger. You're going to almost guarantee it that he becomes a gang member. Let me get something else for you. Okay. Let me get something else for you. Check this out. Bear with me 1 second. Pulling up all my records here. All right. Y'all bear with me a second. All right. Peep this out, y'all. Okay. Abstract. This is New Jersey statistics on gangs. All right. Through a review of literature, a link is shown between family structure and delinquents or gang behavior. Your family structure determines whether or not our children become gang members. Children who grow up in a single parent household headed by the mother appear to be the most at risk I didn't lie. If you grow up in a household with just the mother, you got a high chance of becoming a gang member.
Yep.
One cohort of this study included an 18-year-old woman who had children who were gang involved. A second cohort included 22 mothers whose children were not involved with gang. Remember, I said 1,059,000. Data was collected in 4 areas: demographics, stress levels, and significant areas of stress experienced by mothers. Environmental influences, including parents' views on why children join gangs. Let me tell you something. And that stress that they talking about is you having to raise them kids by yourself. And some of you are so evil that you will force yourself to have to raise those kids by yourself because you believe you never have to shut your mouth. You believe you never have to be told what you're doing wrong. You believe that you are a perfect person at the day you show up. And it is destroying you, black women, and destroying our families, man. Okay? Stress levels and significant areas of stress experienced by mothers. Environmental influences, including parents' views on why children join gangs. And parenting skills. The study found that families of gang members were larger with a greater age span between the oldest and the youngest child, and the mothers was quite a bit older than the mothers of children who had not joined gangs. These is even older women. So all them grandmamas that got to raise babies and all that, the door becomes wide open for those children to become gang members. They also trend to be less involved with the church, which is noted is a very important part of the black community. I got bad news for them. The church is helping them out.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It says mothers of gang members experience significantly more stress in their lives, to which their larger family sizes and the very fact that the child's involvement with gangs and possibly criminal activity may be contributing factors. Both groups agreed in attributing gang involvement mainly to peer pressure and to the need to belong, but the mothers of gang members were much more likely also to blame the inability to find jobs. So they was blaming jobs. They can't make enough money. They can't do this, can't that. They never blamed that because we got rid of these men and ran them out of these houses. The gang members have exploded on the scene. Now we are now recruiting 1,059,000 gang members. That's how much we hold up every year. Now you know how much gang members get killed, go to prison, all that. The number still stays at 1,059,000, which means what? We are completely feeding the prison system, completely feeding everything that they want us to feed. Why? Because they pass laws to get black women out of these houses. I mean, the black men out of these houses, and you black women, you've been helping them. You helping them in the abortion clinics, you helping them in the child support clinics, and you helping them more overall with just having being a horrible human being. A lot of you out there are just monsters. You're just a horrible, horrible human being. You don't care about nothing but yourself. You don't even care about the kids in many cases. Big shout out to all the sisters in the UPK that have conformed to raising their children, man, and bringing their kids up and just showing so many examples of a righteous way to be. And I want to add something else too, in all righteousness and fairness, that you sisters out there who are out there in the world and your families is separated and apart and you having issues and problems, the I.S.U.P.K can help you. We can really, really help you get on track with what it is going on with you. We can help you fight drug addiction. We can help you get counseling. We could help you restructure your family. We could talk with your children. We could do a whole lot of things that help you go forward. But without that, you're going to produce 1,000,005 gang members every year or less and keep that number in the sky. Black women, you're the biggest threat to the black community right now in America. Now, if I could, can I move on to the abortion? I'm scared to tell you the new statistics on abortion. Okay. Let me get that going. Hold on. Bear with me 1 second. Salaki, y'all. Let's go. I just need to get this thing down. All right. Let me tell you something. Let me show you something that's going to just be, in my opinion, is a mind blower. Okay. One more. Sorry. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm trying to get all the right statistics here. Okay. A recent Pew report underscores the fact that explaining that 24% of fathers live apart from the children. Clearly, to live without a present father has become almost normal. Hold on, Salakia. But just because it's becoming normal doesn't mean that the fathers don't feel it. Pew also reports that both parents and absent fathers believe they spend too little time with their children. That kills the proof that the talk that black men don't love their children. They said that black men feeling that pain just like black women are feeling that pain.
That's right.
And as a result, we filling up the gang culture. Now I got to give you the abortion statistics. A lot of y'all. My phone is acting up. Put it in my hand. All right. Now let me get you these abortion statistics. All right. This is crazy right here. Bear with me 1 second. All right. Recent statistics show that women of color are more likely to have abortions than white women. Non-Hispanic black women have the highest. Non-Hispanic black women have the highest abortion rate in America, accounting for 38% of all abortions in the United States. Non-Hispanic white women come in second place. Boy, you know this is us.
Yeah.
Accounting for 33% of all abortions. Hispanic women rank third, according for about 21% of all abortions. Non-Hispanic women, 7%. At the time, these statistics can specifically, depending on where a woman lives, for instance, about 70% of all abortions are performed on non-Hispanic white women. 70%. In Utah or areas such as that, abortions are performed on non-Hispanic whites. This is understandably, to some degree, as nearly as 81% in populations like Idaho and other areas, Utah, Idaho, so forth. However, ethnic abortions still, though 26% of the population of blacks and Latinos have abortions, 66% of the abortions are performed on Hispanics and black women. In Georgia alone, 31% of the population is African American, and 66.5% of the abortions are black. We 30% of the population over there in Atlanta. Now let me get you, bear with me, let me get the numbers if I could. I'm trying to find the numbers as I go through this. Hold on. Let me see. Come on. Okay. Oh man, where's the numbers at? Y'all bear with me a second. All right. Oh man. Okay, here we go. Oh, the water too. The water. Whew. I want to congratulate black women for having a historically high rate of abortions in America. Check this out. U.S. abortions total 591,770 abortions in the first 6 months of 2025. Like black women, you are the most dangerous threat to the black community. You killing almost 600,000. Now, of course, they said, give me that 591,770 times 70%. I'll give you the exact number.
70% of what?
Of 591,770. 70% of that is blacks and Latinos. This is the exact number. And this is the first 6 months of 2025. According to statistics, about half, wait a minute, let me get the whole thing. If I
70% of
577,000, hold up. 70% of 591,770.
591,770.
Like they have done an excellent job in brainwashing our sisters. Because for us to kill this many babies voluntarily, this evil monster has convinced us to not have them babies. And tons of women out there that had 9, 10, 11 abortions before they even have a child. Before they even go to have a child, they done had a plethora of abortions. You got it? You want me to get it?
I said right here, 400.
Oh, let me see.
Is that the right number?
Let me see that number. Yeah. That's it. 414,300. Over about 441,000. Was that 14 or 41? 441. 400.
414.
414. 414,000 abortions in the first 6 months of 2025. That's over 800,000 babies you're going to murder this year in America. Sisters, you are a serious threat. Black and Latino, you are a serious threat to the survival of black people in this country, man. Like more so than ICE. Like you killing more babies than ICE. You killing more babies than Esau. We complain about Esau because he's the devil. But you sisters, man, we got... And let me say this. This is everybody's problem. This is the brother's problem. This is the sister's problem. We all better come together. We all better come together to make sure that we get ourselves out of this type of situation. Abortion's got to stop in America, man. Are you kidding? Abortion's got to stop in this country. Otherwise, we're going to be wiped out. That's genocide. That's self-genocide. Right or wrong? So that was it. I'm off of it now. Yeah.
And so I'm shocked that anybody thought it was controversial.
Yeah.
Like I don't understand why anyone would think that what you're saying is controversial. Here's how you could test yourself if you're a woman. Mm-hmm. If you're a black or Latino woman, would you leave a man who was an excellent father, but he cheated on you? That's all you need to ask yourself. Just if you're a woman, just say, I got a man who's an excellent father, but he cheats on me. Would you leave him? Then you're the reason that so many men turn to gangs. That's it. Because a gang is a surrogate family. That's what the hell it is. It's people who don't have families, who find a family on a street corner or in a project. Someone that hugs them and loves them and would fight for them and die for them. It's a surrogate family. So if you're a woman that has a man who is a good father, but a bad husband, would you leave him? Then you're the problem. Yeah. It's you. If you would leave a man because he cheated on you, even though he's a good father, then you are the reason that so many families are broken up. If you're a woman that would have an abortion because your man cheated on you, which is too many women, sir. Too many women are getting that abortion simply because they found numbers in his phone. And they go get an abortion.
Please, sir. You know I respect what you say.
Count on one kind.
But I got to tell you, you are better than me.
Count on one kind.
Because, okay, only way you could kill 414,000 babies in 6 months is you just a nasty motherfucker. Like, oh, you know, this ain't got nothing to do with finding some woman number and all that. This ain't got shit to do with none of that. Is you a nasty motherfucker? Excuse my friend. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't kill 400,000. Like even like that's Adolf Hitler numbers.
Yeah,
that is Dachau, Auschwitz, Nazi concentration camps type numbers. Like, you don't kill that many babies just off of, right or wrong, off of just, I found his number, so I'm going to the abortion clinic to kill the baby. No, you killing all the babies. You killing all the babies we have. You killing them. You going from man to man to man and killing them. And here's what's so evil about it. You ain't going to man to man to man to find a good man. You finding good men and bad men and all kind of men. You going man to man until you can't do it no more. You know what I'm saying? Until the doctors say if you have too many more, you won't never have children again, or whatever the case may be. Then you decide, all right, now I'm gonna have these babies. But other than that, you just a horrible motherfucker. Excuse my French. And you black women, you gonna have to stand up and get your life right. And brothers, good Lord, leave them hoes alone. Do it for your sake. Do it for your rod's sake. Have mercy on your rod, because AIDS is a hell of a disease. That HIV is that means for the rest of your life, you got to be thinking about whether you're going to live or die for the rest of your life. Give your rod some mercy, and don't sleep with that nasty hoe. Okay, because a lot, and I hate to say it, but this what we're talking about right here is more dangerous to the black community and Latino community than anything else going on. Than even all this shit going on with Trump and the ICE agents, and it's bad. Believe me, I'm not making light of it at all. But what we're doing to ourselves is way worse. Do you realize that if we just said for the next 10 years, we're not going to have no abortion. For the next 10 years, we would produce 10 million people, and they would live. And then guess what we'd be focused on? Focus on feeding them. Focus on clothing them. Focus on raising them. Like, those would become the bigger issue. And those should be the issue. Because the white man has artificially made it like there's not enough food. There's not enough land, when all that's a damn lie. That's to keep you bunched up in the cities and starving. We all pushed up in the cities because the minute you get on the road, you got to worry about some goddamn Klan member sheriff pulling you over. Our whole black culture was built back in the days based on the way they were attacking us from leaving the cities. Get me right on that. The bucket of chicken and all that is based on us having to
not stop. You couldn't stop.
Couldn't stop.
Your food with you.
So you had to have your food with you. And I guess that's why we had so much hearty food. Hearty, heavy food, because we needed that kind of food so that, like you said, we didn't have to stop. And now that all that's done, we're going to just wipe out 1 million babies a year? That's crazy. That's crazy. Over 1 million, or close to 1 million when it comes to the black and Hispanic community. That's 800,000 babies a year. If we had held that for 10 years, you would never have to worry about ICE agents, because you would have so many soldiers raised up right that you wouldn't even care about ICE. You know what I mean? Because you would have gained 10 million. You know what I'm saying? If you gain 10 million soldiers in 10 years, even if you lost 250,000 soldiers, which ain't never happened, I don't think, in no war. No. In no war across this globe have 250,000. Am I wrong?
Civil War because of both sides.
Civil War because of both sides. I'll go up there. Let's make it 500,000. Let's say the day come when ICE gonna roll on us and they're gonna kill 500,000 blacks and Latino. Well, we would have saved 9.5 million. Like, that would be a righteous sacrifice for them 500,000. Like 500,000 of us gonna die, but 9.5 million of us more are gonna live. You think any nation could have come up against that? None. I don't care what weapons they have. I don't care what they have. You can't come up against that unless you're going to just drop nuclear bombs in the United States and kill all the blacks and Latino. We done got played here, man. And that's the worst situation we could ever been in. And black women, you being so irresponsible in that, because you the main one throwing black men out the house, which is making our sons become, remember now, on top of that 500,000 in 6 months, you also got another 500,000 going to become gang members. So you basically are wiping out 2 million blacks and Latinos every year in this society. Just off the clip, just 2 million. That's regardless of the cop shootings, the prisons, the drugs, and everything else. We destroyed 2 million of our own by just deciding to not be responsible enough to hold it down. And let me tell you something, man. As a leader, that's what should be on one of our biggest agendas. And your black leaders are never going to carry that on the agenda. It's supposed to be our agenda to say, yo, we got to end abortion. We got to end brothers and sisters joining gangs. And let me tell you something else too, man. That's another thing. We got 1 million brothers. First of all, the United States has 1 million soldiers in the entire military. It's 1 million soldiers. We produce 1 million soldiers a year. And instead of them becoming protectors of our society, Black and Latino society, they go die killing each other. Could you imagine that? They go wipe each other out while the white man keep building his empire up. That's why he fears you so much. He fears you so much because your potential, if you wake up, your potential to be great in this earth is a snap of a finger. Is a snap of a finger. Is just deciding that 4 or 5 things that we do in today's society, we're no longer going to do. If you just said, General, give me 5 things that's going to stop us from wiping ourselves out, I'd start off with abortions, and then I'd add joining gangs. Then I'd add a couple more things behind that, like committing crimes and different things. And if we could hold not doing that for 5-10 years, I'll put 1 million little young gangbangers in uniform and have them fix and clean up the entire Black community. You wouldn't need no more welfare because they'd be growing everything you need. You wouldn't need no police because they'd be policing every single neighborhood we have. You would need no help fixing your house or whatever the hell it is that you was doing. We would be supporting us, and then we would be taking our, don't you know our treasure is our young men and women?
That's right.
That's our treasure. That's the Lord's inheritance. We take that inheritance out and we squander 2 million of our people behind. And again, that don't include how many brothers go to jail. Like, we got to come out of the madness, man, and fight for what's right. And we've been fighting the U.P.K. You can't tell me nothing about the U.P.K. We've been fighting for this out for so long. And I pray that now that Donald Trump, y'all gonna crucify me for this. Donald Trump been a big help. We owe him some money. I'm joking, goddammit. Israel on the phone now. Yo, y'all, somebody call the general. Tell him stop that shit now. Let me tell you something. What I'm trying to say, this is simple. What I'm trying to say, this ain't difficult. What I'm trying to say simply is that, you know, if we would see what they're doing and turn to ourselves to step into the light with the Most High, we would change ourselves overnight. We have so much power, so much wealth, so much creativity, so much resources. We are strong. And not only are we so strong, but we're in a country where you have a lot of ability, You still have gun laws and all that. Ain't no reason the Black community, Latino community should be suffering and going through this, man. We have enough to fix ourselves, but we refuse to turn back to the Lord. I'm done with it. So what are y'all for letting me run with that? You got it, you die.
Khan, sir. U.S. sonic weapon left Venezuelan soldiers bleeding, vomiting blood during Maduro capture operation.
Give me more.
Khan, American forces deployed a devastating sonic weapon during the raid to capture Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro, leaving soldiers bleeding from their noses and vomiting blood, according to a witness account shared by the White House.
Go ahead.
Khan. The chilling testimony posted on Twitter by the White House press secretary Caroline Leavitt on Saturday describes how 20 U.S. troops armed with advanced technology wiped out hundreds of Venezuelan defenders without suffering a single casualty. The guard's account reveals the stark technological gap between American forces and Maduro's military, with the mystery weapon rendering soldiers completely incapacitated within moments. The operation, codenamed Operation Absolute Resolve, began around 2 local time on January 3rd when explosives were first heard across the northern Venezuelan. It's like across northern Venezuela. My head was exploding from the inside.
And if I could, let me just say this out. Them weapons been out for a long time. Like, them sonic weapons been out for a long time. That was neglect on the part of whoever was in charge of that to be without them weapons, man. They said down there the Havana syndrome comes from using weapons in Cuba that totally disorientated and messed up U.S. diplomats and messed them up so much they could not go back to work. Yeah. They on disability right now because after they used them weapons in Cuba, they could not go back to work. So there ain't no excuse for them to have not had, the weaponry on equal par that the United States had. There was no reason they shouldn't have had that because there was a sovereign country. Once you have sovereignty, you can build and do pretty much what you want until they get you. But if you just filling up the coffers, and if you sinning against the Lord, how do you expect to be defended? You understand? So they went in there and used those dangerous weapons. And you mean to tell me y'all didn't prepare for that? Russia ain't tipped you off that they had that? Your good Russia and China friends ain't help you out? They didn't deploy their own soldiers with them? How come the U.S. soldiers didn't get hit with nothing? Like, it was, please. Go ahead, give me a little bit more, and then I'm off it. Y'all want to jump in? Go ahead.
Khan, the Venezuelan Guard recalled the moment the U.S. forces unleashed the weapon during the operation. At one point, they launched something, but I don't know how to describe it. He said in an interview, it was like a very intense sound wave. Suddenly, I felt like my head was exploding from the inside.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they got all kinds of technology like that. You know what I mean? But if you a sovereign country, you supposed to have them too. You know what I mean? You supposed to have them. You supposed to be on par. Like, you ain't keeping up with the times and all of that. They say Cuba spies on more countries than anybody else. Cuba know everything everybody do. So why is it that you wasn't prepared? You know what I mean? So love you.
They had my time in our precious military. I want to say the late 80s, early 90s. They had a missile. They shoot at a vehicle, and it'll go on one side and suck everything out the other side when it come out.
See that?
So you're right. They had that back in the early 90s, late 80s.
The 90s.
That was back then, General.
We talking 35 years ago.
Yeah, can you imagine what they got now?
Right. Like, they have all them weapons back then, and you ain't build special suits to stop it, or you know what I mean? Like, where your military at? So that's that. Anybody else?
Nice.
Go ahead. You die. I bought anybody? Go ahead. Y'all, go ahead. What else you got?
Khan, sir. Khan. Trump tells Cuba to make a deal before it's too late.
Go ahead.
Donald Trump has urged Cuba to make a deal or face consequences, warning that the flow of the Venezuela oil and money would now stop.
So they're gonna cut off Cuba from the money and the oil. I guess he ain't worrying about them nukes coming over here. I guess he got it covered. You know what I mean? He feel very comfortable without it. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. The U.S. president has turned his attention to Cuba since U.S. forces seized Venezuela's Nicolás Maduro in a January 3rd raid on its capital. Venezuela, a long-standing ally of Cuba, is believed to send around 35,000 barrels of oil to the island a day.
A day, 35,000. I mean, he gonna cut the oil off out, and the lights gonna go out over there. Go ahead.
Khan, sir. Cuba's foreign prime minister responded by saying its nation retained the right to import fuel without interference, while its president said no one dictates what we do. The Trump administration's tactic of confiscating and sanctioning Venezuelan oil tankers has already begun to worsen a fuel and electricity crisis in Cuba.
Already. Go ahead.
Colonel Wakan, sir. On Friday, it seized its 5th oil tanker, and it says it was carrying sanctioned oil from Venezuela. Cuba lived for many years on large amounts of oil and money from Venezuela. In return, Cuba provided security services for the last 2 Venezuelan dictators, but not anymore, Trump said on social media Sunday, on Truth Social, Slack. There will be no more oil or money going to Cuba, 0. I strongly suggest they make a deal before it's too late.
I'm just saying, like, if the 12 tribes of Israel don't turn back to the Most High, then I don't see why the Lord would defend you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't see, if you still eating pork and shrimp and making whores out of your women, and that goes for us here in America too. Don't think he just gonna go after them. He gonna go after us too. Like, I said this too. I know y'all heard me say this before. I said that all this that we do in the United States, selling drugs to each other, murdering each other, that the Most High gonna make us pay for it.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't stop, he's gonna turn around and bring that on our own head. And now it's starting to come on our own head. We got to return to the Most High.
Right.
And the same way with Cuba. You can't just be out there sovereign and then be, full of sin. You're going to have to clean that act up, or the Lord ain't going to defend you. And Donald Trump will get to do. Remember what the Most High said? The Lord said that, I'm paraphrasing, y'all know that he's there for
whipping stick.
He's there for correction. Right. That he beareth not the sword in vain. I'm mixing up a couple of scriptures. Y'all can look it up and let me know. Go ahead. Is that your dad?
That was it on that one, sir.
Let's keep going.
Colonel Wakan, sir. This was not a mistake. White cop shoots the only black man on FBI task force more than 10 times, confuses him for the suspect.
Damn. Confused him for the suspect.
Colonel Wakan.
Shot him 10 times?
Colonel Wakan, more than 10 times.
More than 10 times. Damn, he a brother. Hey, once again, if you're gonna go join Esau and uphold Esau, you're gonna put the mark of the beast in you, you're not gonna be defended by the Lord. That's right. Shot that brother 10 times. Like, this is not the time to be in any law enforcement with Esau. And it's worse if you think by joining Esau, you're gonna be defended, that you're gonna be safe. Like, he thought he was safe. Yeah. Poor brother. He thought he was, that's him there? He thought he was safe. There's 2 different. One's a suspect, right? The one on the right is the officer. One on the left
The hat is the officer.
Right. Like, regular brother, man, you know what I'm saying? He thinking he gonna be safe being a federal agent, getting brothers locked up, you understand? And doing other evils that federal agents sometimes do. And putting that mark of the beast in your hand to raise your hand up to push his kingdom. You don't want to do that. You want to come up out of that and become a servant of the Lord's. Otherwise, you could end up getting the consequences. Because that's hell. Even if you live, you get shot 10 times, you ain't never going to be the same again. You on medication for life? Go ahead, you died.
He lived, sir.
That's what I'm saying. Even if you live.
Yeah.
If you live, it's hell. You're on medication for life. God knows what is not functioning no more because of it. You know what I mean? Recovery, the pain of recovery, your life is ruined. You understand? If you could even go back to that gig. The Lord was merciful to let him live. You know what I mean? And then you're going to go to work for a completely racist organization in one of their most racist times. Like, you see they ramping up with racism. Now's the time to retire. You know what I mean? Like now's the time to say, nah, this is looking real shaky. Because, of course, being who they are, they're going to become more excited about killing because they believe that they've been given the green light by Trump to go harm blacks and Latinos. That's why there's an uproar over the white girl, because that's not who ICE is there for. ICE is there to harm us, blacks and Latinos, not them. So that's why it's out the norm and they protesting and mad as hell. But like they brought out earlier in the chat room, a brother got killed not too long ago by ICE. Nobody said nothing about that. You know what I mean? And a group that Trump is taking these people, sending them to gulags around the world, dropping people off in countries that they don't even know the language of the country, just doing evil, cruel things to run the people up out of the country. So, and then you're going to turn around now thinking, and let me tell you something, it's very cowardly. If you join them groups, man, thinking you're going to be safe and you're going to get more money, like you are a coward. And let me tell you something, and the Lord is not going to be with you. You understand? Like, and it don't have to be blacks and Latinos. I'm not saying blacks and Latinos gonna go after you. Hell, white people will go after ICE agents. Here's your big stupid Latino ass sitting up with a damn vest on and all of this stuff on, like Mr. ICE agent. And then what you gonna do if white people raise up on it? Right or wrong? Like right. Now you got a major damn problem. And the Lord is not gonna be with you. He's gonna be against you. And it's gonna be bad. And it's gonna get more and more and more in that way. Go ahead, you die. Is more?
That was it on that person.
God, so it's time to retire, man. Get you a job in the post office, man. They pay the same money.
Yep.
Get you a job doing something else. Soldier up for righteousness. You know what I'm saying? Go check out these brothers doing these food drives and speaking in the street and calling our brothers and sisters home back to the Most High. You better figure out some way to get up into that. You was gonna add something?
If I could, General.
Please.
And listen, y'all gotta understand, a lot of you cats in law enforcement think that's the only way you're gonna be able to make money and provide for yourself and your family, but it's a total lie. There's many jobs you can do out here, and you can separate yourself from that. A lot of them are in there because they feel like that's the only way they're gonna really make some decent money. Well, that's not true, man.
Right.
Got many ways you can make money and put the faith in the Most High. You understand? There's another side to this here that you'll be able to live, and when you come out of there, you know, you get out of there, you can live conscience free. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you ain't got to have that weight of all the evil shit you done on your conscience. You understand? And that goes for the military as well. Same exact thing. There is life after all these things, man. Y'all go and get up out of there, man. Do the right thing, man.
No, please.
You was
I was going to just say, and how do we know it was an accident?
Oh, of course, right. 10 times.
They talking like, oops, you know, I thought you was the other nigga.
Right.
How do we know that he's the only one?
Yeah.
Maybe he's been complaining.
Yeah.
Maybe he put in some paperwork snitching on cops and their racism. Now, he's not going to jail for it. I can guarantee that cop is not going to jail.
Of course.
That was an accident.
It was friendly fire.
That was friendly fire. Nothing is going to happen. How the hell do you know? I know there was a case called Serpico, right where you from, sir, in the Bronx.
Yep.
Right there in the Bronx where Serpico, they sent him into a building and the cops did it on purpose to kill him because he wouldn't take bribes.
That's right.
And it is documented record. He testified in front of the Congress. All these accidental shootings was from cops they're trying to shoot because these cops won't take bribes, are complaining, you know, breaking the blue wall and snitching to internal affairs.
Yeah.
And an accident happens.
Yep. And listen, and they've been reporting how these ICE agents are going in people's houses, and then once they get up in the houses, instead of focusing on the arrest that they supposed to be getting, they ransacking houses looking for money and jewelry. Like, these be thugs, man. You know what I'm saying? And so now you sitting up there seeing all this. They see you black, Latino. They see you seeing all this dirt. What you think gonna happen to you? Next time a car pull off, you all of a sudden they gonna pop. Oh, sorry. Well, you was a suspect, even though you had on the full ICE gear. Like, you should not do that, man. Like, this is not the time for that. You got to get up out of all of that, man, and come on back and get. And listen, like Haas brought out, if I could add, there's a lot of things you could do, especially now that the internet is for your help. If I'm telling y'all, give y'all a little trivia of history, if I could. Okay, everybody knows about One West, right? But a lot of people don't know who owned One West and how One West got to be what it was. One West got to be how it was because the owner of One West was a man named Mills. And Mills set up a security company. He left law enforcement. He said, damn that. and he went and set up a security company. And then it got so popular, he started adding brothers to where it became Bills. It became Mill Security, became huge in the 90s for protecting, black businesses. So he was all in the black community, away from white America and all that. By the time Mills retired, man, he was driving a Rolls Royce in Harlem.
Get out of there.
Mills Security, man. His daughter, he died. His daughter inherited all that he had, and eventually she sold One West. That's how One West eventually got sold. But before he died, brother, he was near retirement, and they said Mills will pull up with a pearl white Rolls Royce from doing security. Now, if he had not left that law enforcement, he either would have been dead or he would have been, retiring with, some pension. But now, shit, he retired a millionaire. So what I'm saying is, it don't mean you're gonna lose. And it's very weak-minded to think you got to be in law enforcement to feed your family, to be safe, to do these things. You are very, you have no, even though you're in law enforcement, you don't have no survival skill. You have no ability to recognize how to survive in America. And you should really learn from, because you're really a frightened man. You got on the uniform and the gun and the badge, but really down deep, you're a scared man. Yeah. And a scared man can't never be successful in the earth. And you should learn to get away from that, man, and come on up in here and step into where the fear is at. You know what I mean? Because, brother, the minute them white people keep watching. The minute them white people get loose, you got good maniac white people. Yeah. And they're going to get loose after a while. You see them shooters. I think Yediah got a story tonight of some Edomite that said he wanted to preserve the white race and smoked his mother and father. Damn. Out of keeping the white race. So get your life together, man. Go ahead, Yediah. It's all yours. Y'all good?
Well,
go ahead.
No,
go ahead.
Okay. This here.
Yeah.
There's no such thing as friendly fire. Like I get tired of hearing that friendly fire. That's bull crap. From my time when I practiced military and in a law enforcement, ain't no such thing as friendly fire. You meant to do that.
Yeah.
You meant to shoot that cat. I'm gonna tell you right now.
Yeah.
It was a thing that was meant.
10 times?
Listen, it was meant to happen. I know when I got on my team, my SWAT team, the brothers put me aside. They told me what happened at the shoot house, where the bullet went by the brother's face. And they kind of keep it hush hush because it wasn't supposed to happen. And why would it happen when everybody gotta have a finger on the trigger? Nobody's finger on the trigger. Like, these cats that train. They know where the finger gotta be. So where the bullet come from? Right past his face. Ain't no such thing as friendly fire. Come on, man. Stop playing games. That's bull crap. When you pull that trigger, you meant to do that. When you aim your gun at somebody, you meant to aim your gun at that person. Ain't no such thing. No such thing at all.
Dang.
I know when we had the first Gulf War, we were on a boat, and the brothers are sitting around, we debate, we about to go on land and everything. We had a list. I'm just gonna be honest. And cats in the military, they know what I'm talking about. You got cats in your unit that's messed up. And this cat can't lead you to the damn bathroom right. You get lost 20 times. We had a list of who was not gonna come back. And who was not gonna lead us, because he's gonna get us killed. And you act like that way happened. That did happen. And it happened right now. I apologize.
No sweat. I was just going to back you up with the fact that they said that there was a period of time in the United States military during that time, where all the military branches was killing their commanding officers.
Yeah, because they was messing up.
And they was keeping it quiet, but it was like an epidemic. They knew that them commanding officers during that Vietnam, after Vietnam, Korea, all during that time, it was like if you mishandled them soldiers, they went and smoked you in them damn woods. Yo, man. So you're right. Like, they didn't take that. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah, they know it, man. It's just they know.
Worthy Joshua said he clocked a couple. No. he said he had a list too.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. Everybody know. Like, you with these cats 24/7. Y'all training, and you know when cats don't know what the hell they doing. You know it. and you like, I want to go home. And this cat not gonna get me. He gonna mess us up, XYZ, and he just got to go. He got to go. You know what I mean?
You gonna shake that death weight off?
Yeah.
As soon as you get off the Chinook.
Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like they kill me with that, man. All that is they trying to hide the fact that they got murders amongst them, man. And that they don't want to admit it.
That's right.
Because it makes the institution look bad when it's supposed to be so puffed up and proud of your uniform and starch and everything is this, that, and other. When you got murderers amongst you, and y'all know it.
Guys, can I back you up with this part? And it's
Yes,
something
sir.
that white people always get away with, right? And it's another thing that stuns me. Now, this story is a story because the person that they killed was a cop, right?
Yes.
He didn't die, right?
He did not die, but they shot a cop who was on the task force with him.
Right.
Yeah.
They shot, this is a task force to go arrest his
Sure.
brother.
Yeah.
They shot the brother, the only brother on the task force with them 10 times. Now, what did the cop do to get shot? Meaning he's a cop. So he didn't try to shoot them.
Right.
He didn't punch him in the face. He didn't try to run over them with his car because he's a cop, which means if it would have been the actual alleged criminal, they would have been allowed to shoot him for nothing.
Right.
Yep. Because they shot this cop who was a cop for nothing.
That's right.
Meaning, he did nothing because he was a cop.
Yep.
Right.
Right.
He didn't have no intention of shooting you.
Yeah.
So why the hell did you shoot him?
So, meaning the only reason it even matters is because he's a cop. But you know what that means? That actual brother, they could have killed him on sight.
And then
it would have been no story. Yeah. It would have been, he was the criminal we was looking for. We killed him.
And how could you be that dumb? Like you said, that they knew what the hell he was doing. I remember back being in New York City back in the day. Okay, cops had colors that they wore. You had to have the color. A lot of times they wore, back in the day they had sweatbands. And a lot of times a cop would wear the sweatband for the color of the day. And so if he saw other cops, he'd pull his sleeve up, show you the color of the day. You knew he was a cop. Brother, they shot so many black cops back then. Every time you looked around, they were shooting a black cop.
All the time.
He showed them the color of the day. They still shoot. So.
Listen, General, one day we in the cell arguing. We fighting with this cat in the cell. And we couldn't cuff this cat. So we fighting, me and the sergeant and somebody are trying to get this cat cuffed on the thing, right? Next thing you know, I hear click, click. I feel something on my wrist. I said, yo, goddammit, you cuffed me. He cuffed me.
He saw a black wrist. He just cuffed whatever black wrist he saw. Oh, it's black.
I was like, you under arrest.
Yeah. I'm like, yo.
He gonna get a nigga regardless. Good night.
So, we come out there after we get him. And I could tell the cat, he started crying and he was traumatized, right? We got him and that was it. I said, yo, how you cuff me? He said, well, shit, all I saw was the arm. I said, that was my arm. He said, shit, it didn't matter. It was an arm. Yeah, he ain't say black arm. He said an arm. He was trying not to go there, but I knew what he meant.
Right.
I said, man, this is crazy.
and if I could, when do you hear about a white cop getting shot 10 times for, by his own team?
No,
that never happens. And it's also why they want just whites on them teams. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
You don't. Somebody put in the chat room, said he was, I don't know how true it is. They said the brother led point and went into the house first. That's what they said. I can't verify that or not, but they did say he
still,
point
even if he went in first, everybody see him. Listen, they done circled up, had a discussion, loaded up, knew who was going in first, knew what he was wearing. He's standing right there in the early morning, the whole time, please. And you still let off 10 times. That means you was gonna kill that brother the minute you saw it. That's why you lit him up. If it was really a mistake, if it was really a mistake, you was gonna assassinate the brother. If it wasn't a mistake, then you just was gonna assassinate that brother that was a cop. Once again, none of our people should be involved. This is the time for us to help us. Time for us to figure. They don't want you no way. Donald Trump erased all the black faces on the military websites. He had them take all of them down. So if they don't want you anyway, why not go help yours? All the skills and ability you got and all of that, you could teach so much. You could start, you could start youth groups teaching military tactics and all that instead of getting your paycheck from them. You could do all that. You know what I mean? People that got blacks and Latinos that got at-risk kids. You could start all kind of volunteer programs and Big Brother program. And there's funding out there for nonprofits and all that, for all that type of stuff. You ain't gonna tell me you have to go in there, and you going in there putting your damn life on the line.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be myself. You understand? That's why I know why you left, Hobbs, because I know if it was me, I'm not going through no door to get no brother who done grew up in America in poverty because America threw drugs in the hood in the 60s. Now his parents got on drugs. Now he grew up a mess. Now he's a criminal and destroyed and on drugs. And now you gonna send me now? Now I got to go in there. I got to go home too now. I'm gonna take the shit. I'm gonna go home too now. You know what I mean? God damn it! Now I got to go in there and I got to be the one to go get him out of there and bring him to a jail cell. Damn that! You go do that. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a damn shame. I'm not doing that.
And
So
them cats trained, man.
They know how to do all that.
They know how to do that. Like all the fluff is just bullshit. They know how to hit a house. They know how to hit a corner right. Yeah, they know how to do all. They train. It's repetitive. They train. You got to train. Then they do shoot out, live shoot out. They know what's going on. I knew when I went. I was 2 in the stack line behind a brother. He went left. I went right. That was what we did. He had his shotgun. I had my AR-4. I had my M4. You know what I mean? I had it, and we just did what he did. You know what I mean? They train. They know what they're doing. All that. I can't stand it because I think I can't stand it so much, because I did my best to live the honor, the oath I gave when I gave it. I wanted to do things right. Yeah, because growing up in Southwest, I had cops violate me. I never wanted to be that kind of a person. You know what I mean? I wanted to uphold my oath the right way. Right. And that bothers me when I see these cats not doing that shit. They be bullshitting and they lying for me. Go ahead,
no, please, Charles.
No, that was it. It pissed me off seeing this shit. And then they get away with it. Oh my God.
And so real quick. And what he don't know is that he saved the criminal's life.
Yeah.
He took the 10 shots and the criminal lived. Yeah. So show you how the Lord worked. The Lord let him get shot up and not let that so-called criminal get shot up.
Can I back you up with this? I don't know who put this picture out, but this is psychology that they use on us. They got them both wearing orange shirts. Now, that is not a coincidence that they wear the same shirt. They're trying to make it like this is a reasonable mistake. Right. But, of course, that's his mugshot. And that ain't what the cop was wearing when he went into the house. Right. But you see this? Yeah. So whoever picked this picture picked them in the same color shirt. So you could go, well, that was a reasonable mistake. They were in the same shirt. Right. When they weren't in the same shirt in the house, that's the shirt the criminal brother wore in jail.
Exactly.
That's the brother's wearing his shirt on Facebook. His picture with his wife, out in the thing. But whoever put that out is trying to make you feel for the cop, trying to make you say, the cop made a reasonable mistake because they are dressed alike when they weren't dressed alike. Yeah. Otherwise, that's a big thing to go find this shirt, to find that shirt on the internet and then put that on the internet and put them together.
You're right. And that be the picture you put
That be the one you use so you can say, oh, the cop, he's just a sweet little lamb that, made a mistake. Both of them are big Negroes. Both of them had on orange, when they didn't have on orange.
Right. Right. And let me tell you something else too, if I could, just to add before we go out the door. Like, this is a lesson for every brother and sister to learn. Go find you a job in this nation. You make a job, force a job. You create something, come up with something. You got a whole nation that has so much lacking that you should be on it. You understand? Same with you sisters. Go grow herbs in your backyard. Dry them out, bag them up, start selling them across the country to brothers and sisters. Or if you sow or whatever you do, get in it because the nation needs you. Get involved in this nation instead of constantly getting involved in building their nation when they done rejected us already. And all they gonna do is increase to reject us even more, man. And that is let me tell you something. The recipe for our solution is for the masses of our people to simply turn to Christ. We have the numbers and the ability. All we got to do is turn to him out, and you can't wipe us all out. You know what I mean? You can't wipe us all out. And all the brothers that's suffering in pain, that's out there in these streets, that don't want to live no more and all that. Now you can have a good reason not to live now. You have a good reason to put your life on the line. But don't throw your life away because of some crack or some syrup or some pill. My God, your life is worth so much more and is so much more needed in this time. I'm not trying to just die because I got to take a drug to get high. I'm playing myself. I'm worth too much more than that. If I'm going to lose my life, it's going to be on some good shit for this nation. It's going to be, I done added something to this nation to make it great. And that should be the mindset. Come add something to your people. Come add something to your people. Let me tell you something. Enough of us come into the truth and add something to ourselves, the cops will never even talk to you, let alone pull you over. They never talk to you. They never pull you over. They leave you the hell alone and they didn't. That was the problem they had in them countries in Iraq and Afghanistan. Yeah. Some of them villages, they didn't want to go in there. Some of them villages was so vicious that they didn't want to go in there because them villages was already organized together and they was doing their own thing. They needed the military to do it. The military was the only one that could go in there and actually do something. Why? Because they were the only ones that had enough firepower to take on some of them different areas. So I'm saying to you, you can have yours. You can deliver your children out of this place. You can deliver your families out of this place. You can not have broken families. Once again, what I'm saying right now, I never believed it thoroughly until I came in the truth. When I came in the truth and I start to see it happening, then I realized that, I had to look at myself in how I thought about blacks and Latinos, because the default thinking that we have is that we cannot fix ourselves, that we can't never be right and great and walk a straight line and all of that. That's what we believe. But that is so a lie. So a lie. And Christ put it perfect. He said the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are what's few. We are the laborers, man. Let's get to work.
Right.
Let's get to work now while our Latino brothers is hiding in their house and all that. And can I get one more point?
Yes, sir.
That white woman that lost her life, she lost her life because she was feeding Latino families in them buildings. And she pushed that car in front of them cops to argue with them about what they were doing, thinking she had the white privilege, which normally she would. But the white privilege didn't defend her. But what she wanted was to give them hell for doing what they doing to the Latinos. And she was at the same time feeding them family because they couldn't go to the supermarket. Yeah. So she would go. And so, you know what I'm saying? Why did a white woman have to be the one to do it? Not saying that we want to go die, but we could do it ourselves. We could help ourselves. We didn't have to rely on her doing it. We could rely on ourselves for doing it. You know what I mean? And ain't nothing more honorable. Nothing sets your life right as a man and as a young man than going out there doing something honorable and then being respected for it. Then you'll be on a different path of life, because now you'll look to do honorable things. But if you don't get on that path, you'll look for the negative. You'll look for the evil. You'll look for what you think cannot be done. Blacks and Latinos are going to be raised up by the Lord. It's going to happen. They're going to be amazing, magnificent people before their enemies' eyes. Get on board and let the Lord do it with you too. That's it?
Yes, sir.
All right, heavy hitters in the building with me. General Muhammad, give it up. General Hazayan holding it down. General Mayaka be back next week. Officer Yediah holding it down. Officer Akbar, Officer Muthumyad doing their thing. Officer Marab be back next week. Pay your tithes, support the truth. We'll see y'all next week, y'all. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. It's that time again. The I.S.U.P.K. under Commanding General YAHANNA presents the Lord's 57th Annual Passover. That's right, the Lord's 57th Annual Passover, April 4th, 2026 in Houston, Texas. All Black, Hispanics, and Native Americans are commanded to observe the Lord's Passover. This will be the biggest Passover to date. You do not want to miss this. Fresh lamb, fresh wine, and bitter herbs as commanded by the Most High. Only $200 per person ages 17 and up. The biggest event of the year. There is only one Passover, and it's under Commanding General YAHANNA. See you there, Israel. Shalom.